Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm taking a look at this quite spectacular dual-chamber RGB glass cube case. This is the anidees AI Crystal Cube AR. Now, as far as I know, there are several very similar or almost identical AI crystal cubes out there, and to be honest, I haven't paid enough attention to name the differences. However, this specific AI crystal cube, ending with an AR, does come with some amazing RGB lighting thanks to those included fans. Unfortunately, though, the price is pretty high at $200 US. At least that's what I think the price is. So is this RGB cube case really worth your $200? Now, I've already built my test system into this case to get some impressions on what's possible and what's not. First of all, in terms of aesthetics, I'm really digging the look, although I personally would have liked it a little better if the tempered glass panels weren't tinted as much. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Also, unlike on most other cases, anidees opt to go for not only the standard tempered glass side panel on the left side, no, but also the right side and front. Whether or not we need that much glass, I don't know, but it sure does look cool, however does lead to a higher price, of course. The glass is really thick, by the way. In terms of specs, quite good, I honestly gotta say. I didn't expect this cube case to be able to hold that much hardware. Besides, 5 RGB fans are already included. Let's start in chamber number 1. Not too much going on here, but there are plenty of holes for cable routing, even rubber grommets, and a decent amount of space to work with on the top. The power supply, in fact, needs to be installed in the second chamber, and we finally do not have to worry about space for cable management. There's a lot. And yeah, I've spent like not even a full minute working on cable management. On the back of the motherboard tray, we have this hard drive cage mounted with hinges for a more convenient drive installation. But don't worry, there are screws to remove this cage should you need to access the CPU cutout hole. The installation of 3.5-inch drives is toolless, and also there is a dedicated SSD mounting point directly on this cage and 2 more on the motherboard tray. Besides, in the first chamber, you could either mount a 3.5 or 2.5-inch drive to the bottom. When taking off the front panel, there's this 5.25-inch bracket. However, do not get fooled, this case does not support that. A whopping 4 RGB fans are already pre-installed in the front, and another one on the rear for exhaust. All those fans connect to this fan LED power controller, and that one is connected to this fan controller. You could plug in up to 7 3-pin fans and control those with the 3-step fan controller. Also, interestingly, for this LED power controller, there's even this remote control included to change colors, modes, and whatnot. And let me tell you, there are an enormous amount of effects and modes to choose from. Pretty cool. Luckily, there's still place for radiators. In the front, you could go for up to a 240 or 280mm one, and same goes for the top. What you could also do is mount a fan to the bottom. That's why there's this removable dust filter. In the front, there's a little bit of dust filtering going on as well through those vents, and then there's this massive removable magnetic one on the top. Included also are 2 smaller magnetic ones, which I believe are for the front. Now, as you can see, eATX motherboards would fit without any problems. Long GPUs, no issues either, and all in all, a really nice case in a different form factor for once. I easily managed to mount my beefy 240mm radiator to the top, but it's not all perfect. For instance, what I'm worried about most is the airflow for the power supply. It's vertically mounted and it has only a couple of millimeters to intake fresh air. In my opinion, a better solution would have been a standard steel side panel window on the secondary side with vents for the PSU. Another thing worth noting is that anidees went with a more or less non-standard RGB solution as far as I know, meaning it's not as easy to hook those fans up to your LED header on your motherboard. And last but not least, despite being set to the lowest setting, the fans are very much audible, although not necessarily loud. Other than that, the RGB in this case looks gorgeous. Probably the case with the best RGB lighting I've tested out of the box RGB. You don't need to connect anything, just plug in the power cables and use your remote control. That's it. Very easy to use. Whether or not that's all worth $200 is up to you at the end of the day. But I can certainly recommend this anidees AI Crystal Cube AR and give it my Silver Award. And as always, thanks for watching.